Hello everyone, this is a welcome and introduction video for PACE 111S, which is running from March 12th to May 6th, 2025. And let's go ahead and jump right into it. So my name is Steve Young. I'm going to be serving as your course guide, facilitator, and instructor for this course for PACE 111S. I'm an advisor and instructor in the psychology department at the University of Maryland, College Park. And I've been teaching PACE 111 now, I would say for 5 years, not 4. I started in 2020. This is my 18th section. I live right here in College Park near DC. I have some little bit more information about me there. Some of the hats or roles that I wear in my life. I like to really point out that I am a first generation college student. So you are going to be getting a lot of motivation and support in this course. So I'm going to be giving you a lot of what I didn't get as a first term student. And you see my contact information listed there, my phone number, as well as my email address. So some of the things that you're going to learn how to do in this course relate to your academic and career planning or academic and career life at UMGC. So kind of the first half of the course is looking more at the academic matters on the left side of the page here. So getting you thinking about your motivations, values, and goals and how those relate to your new role as a college student. We have a DAX assessment, it's called. It's an academic achievement skills assessment that will ask you to take in unit number 1 to assess your learning preferences and maybe what are your strengths and what are areas that we can focus on for growth. We have some learning events that are designed to get you more acquainted with the requirements for your program of study, how to run an academic advising report. And finally, for the academic side of things, one of the most important is really helping you to connect or engage with your success coach or military education coordinator. And then in the second half of the session, again, we're going to focus more on your future planning. How does this degree relate to your professional goals? And we're going to have you do an informational interview with a professional that aligns with your field of study or your goals. You're going to research some trends in your career field as well. And you probably know what a syllabus is, but I'll share with it. My definition of a syllabus is basically it's a learning contract between you and your professor. So it's a way for you to gain a clearer and better understanding of the expectations for the course, how you'll be graded, how your performance will be evaluated, some of the policies related to the course, academic policies, and one of the most important is assignments. So it will list the assignments that you're asked to complete for PACE 111S along with our participation, which is our discussions that happen throughout the session. And speaking of discussions, that's one form of one way that we're going to communicate with you throughout the course. So we'll have several discussion sections throughout the session, and it's an opportunity for you to get to know your fellow classmates. It's an opportunity for me to learn more about you, and it's a way for us to engage in an online learning environment very effectively. Now, you'll find from me, I also will be posting usually 3 to 4 announcements per week. You want to make sure that you're reviewing and reading or listening to those announcements. And then I will sometimes send email reminders to the class about important upcoming reminders related to the course or related to your role as a UMGC student. One of the learning events for this course is an instructor connection meeting that's going to take place between our units number 5, 6, and 7, specifically between April 9th and 29th. I have a link here as to how to sign up for your instructor connection meeting with me. They typically will take place through Zoom. I'm flexible with students. I also have a survey option available because I know how busy everybody is. And sometimes, to be honest, my technology always isn't working as well as I'd like here at home. So we do have a lot of options available for you to complete this. And it's an opportunity for us to check in with one another and to make sure that we're meeting your needs in terms of your learning in the course and your performance. As I mentioned earlier, I've been teaching this course for quite a while now, and one of the most humbling elements or components of being an instructor for this course is all of the amazing lived experiences that the students bring to UMGC and PACE 111S specifically. And I've listed a number of the roles or components or whatever you want to call these. You think about your life and the number of years that you lived on this planet and all that you've accomplished personally and professionally. It is quite amazing. So you want to first off pat yourself on the back for that. And you want to tap into your roles. Maybe you are in the military. So you maybe want to tap into, okay, what motivates me in terms of my military role? I'm very disciplined in my military role. How can I transfer that now to my student role? Or maybe you're a parent, a mother or father. You think about that is the toughest job out there, managing a household, managing a family, getting those kids ready for school, all of that fun stuff. So you have a lot of a wealth of lived experience, I'm going to call it, that you can tap into that can help you be successful in this course. And speaking of being successful in this course, I've got just a couple of, I guess, rather general tips, but, make sure you're reading everything carefully. Make sure you read the instructions for an assignment. I know that sounds kind of silly, but again, being that I've taught this course for a while now, students can lose points simply because they didn't read the instructions clearly or thoroughly enough, and they might have not covered a writing prompt, for example, for a discussion or something like that. You always can ask questions of me. I'm always open to questions. We have assignment templates for most of the assignments in this course, and which means we have a template created for you to use to complete a lot of the assignments. So you do want to definitely use that. Make sure you're citing your sources and proofreading your work. So if you're, for example, in our informational interview assignment, you have to use AI and internet research to identify 3 primary sources for trends in your field. Well, you want to make sure you're citing those. And when we say cite, we have resources that we will be providing you as to how to cite sources. Breaking down assignments into smaller, more manageable tasks. I know me as a first generation student, that was really helpful for me back in the day to really not get overwhelmed and take things kind of one step at a time. And it's not really time management, but more self-management. How you manage yourself and how you manage all the priorities you have going on in your life and the roles and responsibilities that you're juggling. And you want to be checking in on the course multiple times per week. I'd say 3 to 4 times per week. You're going to find that I'm going to be doing that. I'll be checking in on the course at least 3 or 4 times a week, sometimes more, actually. Practice quality, meaningful engagement when you check in. So you want to not just check in for a minute. You want to kind of look around. You want to maybe on a Wednesdays or a Thursday is when you post your initial post in the discussion. And then maybe on a Saturday is when you do your 2 reply posts. Make a schedule for yourself as to when you're going to do what for the course. Make sure, again, you're reading the content carefully and don't stop out. And what we mean by that is there can be a tendency at times for students to want to give up. It's probably been a while for some of you in terms of taking a course. I totally get it. That's why we're kind of starting you off slow with this course and getting you acclimated with your new university and its support services. So, yeah. And then, so where do we go from here? So if you have questions again, I will you'll find my email address in a lot of places on the um, on the actual course page. You can post your week number 1 induction and provide your fixed mindset example. I've already provided an example of that for you, and you can complete our unit number 1 assignment, which is the DAX assessment. So the DAX assessment stands for Diagnostic academic achievement skills something or other. I might be mixing up a couple of those letters, but it's a really great assessment to take, and it's due on Tuesday, the March 18th. So, and that's something to bring up. So the weeks go, I would say they go Wednesdays to Tuesdays. So the weeks start on a Wednesday. Every unit starts on a Wednesday, and then it ends the following Tuesday, which is a little different from most universities. I've been teaching this course for, again, a long time, and I still have to sometimes remind myself, oh yeah, Wednesday to Tuesday and such. So just remember that everything's always due on a Tuesday. Discussions are always due on a Sunday, your initial post, and then your replies are due on a Tuesday, just like the assignments. And finally, I want to wish everybody a great session. I am here for you. I mentioned my title kind of being not just course instructor, but guide and facilitator. So I'm here to help guide and facilitate your learning. And as we showed you earlier, here's my email address and that. So welcome again. It's really great to have you, and I look forward to all of our communications over the next 8 weeks. Take care.